Welcome back, YouTube. So, Meineke, cinnaminson, me, yet had to have the cops come here today. Somebody who lives behind us down the end of the street, driving a blue four-door, came in the office screaming at Rachel and carrying on with a customer sitting there and didn't even acknowledge the customer sitting there, threatening her, MFing her. I'm out here in the shop while the guys are on lunch working on cars. And Rachel's like, we have a problem. I'm like, what's the problem? This guy's following me all over the place and screaming at me and this, that, and the other thing. I was like, okay. And I said, this guy outside the parking lot who's following you all over the place? Yes, him. So I said, can I help you with something? Fuck you, why the fuck are all these cars all over the place? And blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what are you talking about, sir? He's like the cars. I'm like, yes, we have cars here parked on the street. What's the problem? The cars, I'm the cars. And he's cursing, he's carrying on. I said, okay, so what's the problem? If you have a problem, sir, call the police department about the problem or call the township. So I'm smiling at him, I'm keeping my composure, and I'm actually a little taller than this guy. He's like, why are you getting in my face? I'm like, I'm not getting in your face. I said, you came up to me. So he's like, well, you want to fight me? No, I want you to leave, sir. Who's the guy with the Jeep? What Jeep? There's many Jeeps here. The guy who speeds around with a loud stereo all the time. I said, I don't know, maybe you should get his tag and call the police department about it. You're an asshole, this is not, blah, 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 blah. Carrying on. You're gonna see. So he scared Rachel, he scared the customer, caused a bunch of problems. Rachel felt threatened. I wasn't threatened by this guy, although I wish I was just average Joe, because then I would have beat the snot out of this guy. So I said, Rachel, you know, I can't be at the counter all the time, and I'm not here all the time. If you feel threatened, call the police and let the police deal with it. So she called the cops. They showed up. We told them the story. So she was afraid. I really wasn't. You know, I told the cops, I said, you know, he's aggressive, he's cursing, he's carrying on, wants to fight, he's driving around the parking lot like a maniac. I asked him to leave when we were here, and he told me he wasn't leaving. I said, now you're trespassing because I asked you to leave. F you, F you, F you. So the cops came here and took a report, and, you know, you don't have to act like that. If you have a problem, right, and it's not on your property, you need to call the police or the township. You don't take the matters in your own hands. Taking matters in your own hands winds up getting you squashed or in a bigger problem. And all about this street right here. So I told the police, I said, at any point in time, any denomination, we can have cars up and down the streets because we're busy. I told him he doesn't own the streets. That's police and township matters. If you have a problem with the street, that's how you handle it. You don't come on private property and threatening and screaming at people. So the police advised us that we're going to go see him. They're going to tell him that he's been trespassed. If he shows up back on the property, they will arrest him. Ford Boss Me in Cinnaminson, New Jersey, the same ghetto stuff. The same trash. Like I said, I wish I wasn't who I was, because I would have really taught that guy a lesson on how to talk to a woman and respect somebody else's property. None of us have ever been on his property. We drive the public streets that are provided to us, which he does not own. And there's courses of action for that stuff. You don't want to take matters in your own hands. Because taking matters in your own hands, one, might get you effed up, and two, you might wind up in jail. When you got a guy like me who's not afraid or intimidated by your barking, I'll stand right next to you until you put your hands on me, and then I'm going to hurt you. That's for sure. But I got thick skin. I've been doing this a long time, dealing with retail people. I just don't get it. I mean, you got a problem? Go to the gym. Call the police department. They'll talk to you. They'll talk you off the fence.